Hi everybody, welcome to week 2 review tips, Facebook Live. If you're just coming on here for the first time, there'll be a subscribe button on the right or the left here where you can just click for you the first time on, so you get a notification of the next live coming out. So just waiting for the first few people to come on. It takes a while before the stream pops up all over the UK, Ireland, Spain. We might have some people on. We've got the first ones on. We've got Sheila's on first tonight. So you don't want to see my face, you just want to see the figures and some facts. It's actually going to grow your business. So I'll just flick that round. Hi, just come on as well. So first of all, I've got this bump to the top at the minute, although I might have to move around a little bit to see this. This was from last week, but it was down the feed. So it's a sponsoring tip really. It's what to put on your Facebook timeline, so you get lots of people in your warm market just curiosity posts asking about what you're up to, so you can get the opportunity video to them. Hi Claire and Alfred's just come on, Tom. So we'll come down here in a second. So here's an idea if I want to use, just come back on that, just to post onto your timeline. And that's, I'm not on the wrong thing. It would help if I put it in the right place, wouldn't it? Right, so just curious, does any of my Facebook fans know anybody who is interested in extra income or more, posting exciting products on Facebook? Facebook messages me for details. They work fantastic for your warm market, getting curiosity. See who's interested, who's curious, and you'd be surprised how many people actually sort of that you're not expecting to be interested will be interested. So Melissa did that on her timeline last week, and she got 3 new team members by just posting that on a timeline. So if you've not tried that, it definitely works to do that. Once you've built your group up as well, every now and again do it in your group, so you get extra results. Now when you do it, when you're putting it in, it gets an option to make it into like a big picture with colour, so like just going like that, so it looks something like that, which stands out a lot more as well. So that will get you lots of leads. So that's a big sponsoring tip, straight at the top of this week's live. First of all, right, we'll just go scroll the figures as it come. Top PSG, we've got Chris Smith just at the top, ahead of myself on 5799. Myself, Alison Ford's top in Ireland, followed by Kelly Nash in Ireland, Glass, Nikki Kaywood, Kev Ryder. So that's the top PSG list. We'll come down to see what comes up next. There's a Newcastle workshop now. It's all closed off that now. So we'll be doing a little bit Facebook Live from that on Sunday of the little interactive training we're doing. So you'll see that sometime in the afternoon. I don't know what time, but if you miss it, you'll just pick it up in the recording of the group. Hiya Laura, she's coming down from Scotland to pick a top PSG trophy up. Leslie Wilson's on. Right, where we're coming to next. That's just promoting this event. So if you're on here, just say hi in the comments. And if you see one of your team members doing well, make sure you recognise them for doing well. Because what you'll find with us is we give so much recognition for people doing well. So these are the top retailers after 2 weeks. Steve DeVito on 2157, K Hall 2045, Gary Watson 1709, Margrave 1647, Satsadu 1607, Sue Dickinson 147467, and then the list goes down. Now, if you're new and you've never been on here before, the blog post up there is in much more detail. So if your name's not in the highlighted sort of light yellow, you'll find your name on there in the top retailer list. So again, if you've got team members on, give it a big like and give them a big well done. The more recognition you can give your people, the better. So don't be shy with giving out the recognition. It's very, very important. What have we got next? New business sales. So after 2 weeks, we've got Chris Smith on the top of that on 620, Louise Colin on 590, and I'm not going to have a go at the next one. I guess that's somebody from Spain who's doing really well, so well done to our Spanish team members. Remember, we can sponsor people in Spain as well, so it's UK, Ireland and Spain. Kelly Nash on 371, Julie, and the next one, and the list goes down again. So well done on the new business. If you don't know what that is, it's anybody you sponsor this period. starting from the first day of the period to the end of the period, and whatever volume actually they put in. So that's the keys to getting people off to a fast start. Right, where we're going to next. Top sponsors. So at the top at the minute there's Nikki McTaggart on 10, we're on 8, Deborah Pusey's on 8, Chris Smith on 7, Millie is on 7, Nikki Kaywood on 6, Debbie Shepherd on 6, and the list goes down again. So well done all of them. Again, it's very important, this is to go to the top here above and watch out for your team members sponsoring the first person, because if they can sponsor one, they can sponsor lots more. And the more the sponsor, the more your chance you have of finding somebody good. And sometimes the people you sponsor will not take off straight away. They might sit dormant for quite a while before they do explode in the business. So don't give up anybody. Just make sure they're added into the group so they're watching what's going on. And something they might see might just twig them into life. So the key, get more people into your team and it'll grow bigger and bigger. So that's the top sponsors list after 2 weeks. If you don't know, we'll work on a 4-week cycle. It was a great webinar a couple of weeks ago by Helen Walsh, if you haven't watched that. That's a text training I did, if you haven't watched that, on sponsoring by using texts. How to do an online launch party. You know what it is? I was watching, I'm in another group in America, and the whole industry's changing. From like the old school, which I joined as an old school person, to new school online. And I was watching this woman in America, and she was in a group which was a trading group, and she was moaning and she couldn't get any parties to go to people's houses to do parties. And I'm thinking, what's she posting that in this group for? It's a Facebook group. Does she not understand that we're now doing the thing online? So you can now do a virtual party where you can actually sort of, well, if you watch this, you find out how to do it. People don't even have to go to the party. You just invite them all, get them all to see the catalogues, do an online demonstration of some products, show some videos. And to be quite honest, you don't even have to be there when it happens. You can do it completely online. But now with parties, you can get as many as you like. All you've got to do is to post in some groups, would anybody like some free products? Just use one of our sort of products. It isn't that expensive, but you know it's a bestseller. And guess what? They're going to come back and say, yeah, I'll have it for free. And they say, well, what would you actually just manage to do, help us out and actually do an online event for getting some people around to have a look at the products? Well, that's what used to happen in all party plans. You know, people used to give me a carrot to get a group of people around the house to do some demonstration of products. Now you can do it online. All you've got to do is ask them, like, can you get some people together online in a group, and then I'll send them all an invitation, have a look at the products and the catalogues, and then we're just doing an event for about 15-20 minutes late at night, after 9 o'clock some night, so they don't have to leave the kids. They can just sit at home and watch it on their PCs or their phones. And you know what? You could do 6-7 of these a night, because you can automate them. And all you do is later is going to pick up the orders and get them direct dispatched to all the different people. So there's absolutely no reason where you can have absolutely loads of online events now. So that side of it's so exciting. I just got Jenny Guy coming on, Alan. See Alan on Sunday at the event up here in Newcastle. So if you haven't watched that, that's how to do your online party launch. But once you've got into it, it's a fantastic way of doing multiple ones of that. And you know what? The more you do, like anything, the better you get at it. So that's that tip on that. Also, there's a little saying: if you work on the 6 inches between your ears, to actually sort of the more you learn, the more you earn. And nowadays there's so much fantastic information. Now there's a thing called Audible on the iPhone, where you can get a certain amount of downloads of training CDs, etc. And this was a guy, Grant Cardone, about how to stay. He's got 100 ways to stay motivated. But Mark Morley put something in the comments. I'll just go and have a look at that, because I think nobody likes to pay for anything, even if it's only £9 a month. So that's how you get it if you want to pay for it. But where's it gone? Somewhere in here. If you go and click on that, you can actually listen to it for free using SoundCloud. And then you can go into the search on SoundCloud, and there's loads of other stuff on there for free. So you don't even have to pay a tiny amount each month. You can get it all for free. So once you've downloaded that, you can put it onto your cars. When you're driving around, you can listen to it, or when you're walking about. You're working on that 6 inches between the ears to learn more skills, which is going to make you lots more money. So there's so many amazing CDs and trainings out there. If you've got one you particularly like, just go in here, maybe put the comment with the SoundCloud link to it so people can go directly to it. But work on all them training skills yourself as you're growing with the business. And remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes a while, so don't be patient whatever you do. If you think back to anything, probably you cannot remember learning to walk, but you know what? You fell down a hell of a lot of times when you're learning to walk. You cannot remember that, but if you've learned to drive, if you remember the first time you got in that car and you'd had to sort of, with one foot you had to have the brake and change gear, and the other you had to accelerate, and your hand had to use the indicators, then you had to look in your mirror, and then you had to turn the steering wheel. I remember the first time I do it, I thought, God, how are you going to ever remember doing all this? But eventually, after you practice at it for a few weeks or maybe a bit longer, for some people might not go through the test on the first time, might take a few times, but eventually you crack it and you do everything without even thinking. It just becomes automatically changing gears and doing all the other different things. It's exactly the same with this business. The longer you do it, the more you'll actually learn how it actually works. So if you're new, we'll have all different catalogues coming out at the time. The product range is getting refreshed. So this is a current one that just come out last week, I think. I haven't got the exact date on that, but remember, use a stock checker to see how much stock we've got. And then that's the link there where you can actually, to the iCat, where you can actually flick through it to take pictures for posting online. Or if you're doing the catalogues for the doorstep, you can get some of them sent out. So fantastic. They're doing an amazing job actually changing the catalogues all the time. And the product range is just going to get better and better. So the key to it is getting lots of people in your team and then build a big customer base online as well, whether it's parties or just doing direct orders. Also, thanks to Kev Ryder for putting up another great story to share. This is Samantha Roberts' story, our first 6 weeks in the business. So again, great to have listen to how Samantha's got on in the first 6 weeks, and obviously that's great for sharing with new people, just to prove that the opportunity does work. Because sometimes the opportunity video might not look real, they don't quite get it, but drip feeding them with different stories makes a massive difference to how they're going to actually learn the skills, to actually understand how it does work. So if you haven't had a watch of that, go down the group and have a look at that at some point as well. It's only on for a short period of time. Dawn Williams is excited talking about Las Vegas conference that we've got coming up. What's this? That was an opportunity meeting in the Midlands. That was a text follow-up from the last Castle meeting. PowerPoint, I'll be updating that on Sunday when we've done what we're doing on Sunday. Good bit of training by Kev Ryder on network coaching. The circles, what I'll do every week is I'll just update everybody who joins the team within the week with a welcome email, something like this. And I'll put in the circles video. And what did I put in there? Did I? I'm not sure if I put them in here this time. Let's have a look. Yeah, what I also do is put in there, just in case I haven't been direct message this, the fast start bonus that they can actually qualify for, the recognition for that, getting that first amount of orders, and also the recognition for getting the first 5 team members, because once you can get 5 team members, you can carry on sponsoring people forevermore. We've been involved for 26 years now, and we're actually sponsoring more now than we have ever done by using some of the skills, by using text, WhatsApp, messaging, Facebook messaging, whatever it is, ways of communication. There's so many ways to actually get information to people. When I joined 26 years ago, it'll be in September, what we used to do then was send them, some of the younger people probably even not know what this is, but a cassette tape, which went into a cassette player that linked to the telly. And them cassette tapes were £3.50 each, plus the postage, which I can't remember what it was. And then we had to follow up on that. I think we had an information pack in with that as well. But if you've been watching the news, I think first class stamps are going up to 74 pence now. So not all of them expenses are out the window now. You don't have to do that. You can all send it through digitally, whether it's on Facebook messaging, WhatsApp, text, to get the information to people. And then at the end of the day, it's just a numbers game. The more people you go through, the more you're actually going to get to join. And that takes us back to week 1's figures from last week when I did the review of last week. So that's out of date now. So anyway, that's it for the figures for week 2 done. So some tips in there to help you grow the business. So the 2 things is to get something on your timeline to make sure you're picking up some people in your warm market to join. Because the worst feeling in the world that somebody you know joins, but not with you, with somebody else. So it's all so important to plant that seed on people that actually do join. Anyway, have a fantastic weekend. For the ones coming to Newcastle, I'll see you on Sunday, and I'll speak to you all soon. Have a great weekend.